unfortunately, on this Wednesday we already had a big drop overnight, which is unfortunate. We missed out on a it dropped 300 points overnight. Caught none of it because we be asleep. We're gonna start trading till 9:30, but hourly 8 o'clock is about to close here bearish. That's a bearish sign. That means we still have room to drop. The market is already very bearish, but it can continue dropping even more. I don't really believe it's gonna drop way more because on the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, the average big move. Well, I mean, we had this big day. We had this big day. That was a 500, almost a 500 point move. This day, 380. We got a 350. So they average around high end about 300 to maybe 500, but really around 200. And today we have already dropped 300, but all of that was overnight. And so it's like, how farther can we drop? I don't think we're gonna come that much down. I think we might get in some buys, but it's gonna be very tricky getting buys when, as you see, we drop so far. But so most likely today's trade will be a sell, but there is potential buys I'm seeing. We just gotta let them form. But if we get in some sales, we can't get in on sales all the way down here. Even though these sales are saying sales, like that 8 hours closing bearish, 7 o'clock. This 7 o'clock was a great sale, but we try to stay away from trading outside, so we didn't even look at the charts until about 8 o'clock. But this 7 o'clock was nice. We got a big drop, then we went sideways for like 3 hours, and then we closed. We have this 6 o'clock candle came up and broke these highs, but it failed to break these highs, which is what really matters. And then it closed bearish underneath this neckline, so that's a very bearish move. And then you can take easy sells on the 7 o'clock candle, wait for the top wick, and then your stops will be above these highs, or you can put it a little bit higher above the next highs because they're so close to each other. But and then you just let it go. But that would have been a 70-point trade, but we don't trade before 9:30, or at least we try not to, so we didn't even see that. But now the market is all the way down here, and I don't really want to sell down here after we've already dropped 300 points without a single pullback yet, like a single noticeable pullback. It's just been straight drop. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a nice pullback somewhere, and then we can set up bearish, and then I'll take some sales. But right now it's looking bearish, so it can drop, but if it does, we're going to be missing out on that. But for the buys that I was talking about, this is our first support I see. So if we can actually come down to these lows, maybe even break them, and then close back up in a bullish way, then I'll be looking for buys up. Now, I don't know how high these buys could go. They could reverse the whole day, or it could just be a pullback buys for a bigger sale. So we got a couple opportunities. Even though the market left us behind today, we still got a couple opportunities. If this 30-minute flips, that'd be very bearish. If this 30-minute does hold, then we will probably be forming support right here. So support could have formed just now, or this 30 minutes is going to flip in 21 minutes and we're going to be bearish. But it's hourly. If this hourly flips at any time, that's going to be a bearish sign. If this hourly flips, goes bearish, and we can start coming down, because it could just be a top wick right now. But on my paper trade account here, I'm gonna have sell stops on the flip because this is a bearish move, so we should come down here. But it's too risky for me because it's selling at the lows, so that's why I'm not gonna take it on my live account. But I'm still gonna take it on the demo account so we can learn from it. But if this thing flips here and breaks these and flips and turns bearish and breaks these lows, then we should have some sales. The problem is we're selling at the lows and we have resistance right here, support right here that I got marked. So we only got 30-point range. But if the bigger picture, if this thing really starts to crumble like it's been doing all night, if it really crumbles, then it can really break through that and we can come down to the next level, which is 68 or better. And then after that, we got a 100-point range to the next support. So that's why I'm taking a stab on it on the demo account. If it does drop here, we'll take it there. $15-minute here, closing at support. So we're gonna need this 15-minute to come down, not really break these highs, come down. Once it puts us in, we don't really want these highs to be broken, but my real stops are going to be the highs. But this isn't the best 15-minute closure because this 15-minute did actually form a support. So this 15-minute right now, what it's doing, it could be just be a bottom wick for us to then flip and start to push higher. So this is not a great 15. This is not a great start to the trade. So luckily we haven't been put into the trade yet, but that's not great. So we're gonna need this thing to break and not flip, because if it breaks and then flips, it's not gonna be great. Giving us could be enough. That's why I'm taking a stab at it on the hourly, because the hourly did close bearish, and now this thing flipped and it continues to drive. It has potential to continue driving down. So that's why we took a stab on the demo. If it does go, then we can catch it and take notes on it. But if it does flip and hit stop loss, then we don't really gotta take an actual loss on it. 9:30 open up here. We're dropping. The trade's working out, but well, which is quite unfortunate because I actually did not want this trade to work out. Cause now we get in sales. We gotta get in sales at an even lower price, but this trade looking good. 38 points in. After we got this nice push, you can now move your stops to the current candle highs. It should not reflip these highs if it wants to keep on coming down. So no reason to risk higher than you need to. But what I like here is this 30 minute, 15 minute, it doesn't have a top wick and it's coming straight down into the zone. So really with this type of move, if I was in my scalping mood, I would have just closed out right then, because like you see now, it's flipping. It had no top wick, so the market would likely come and give it one. So now after it gives it one, it could still continue down. It most likely will, but because of that no top wick, I would have probably closed out and just took the quick little scalp. But right now I'm trying to work on holding the actual trade for what it can give, and I took this on a bearish hourly, so this hourly should fall, and we got 28 minutes left in it. This 30 minute did close bearish. It did close bearish above support, so it's kind of bearish bullish, but as you see, the market doesn't really care about support today because we have just been dropping. But is this going to be the first support that we can hold? I hope so, because if it does hold, then we can get in some buys. But if it does crash down, then we're going to have to get in sales down here, which is going to be even uglier than getting in sales up there. So that's why I hope this trade does not work out. I hope we actually come up here and hit stop loss. I don't want this trade to work out. Now, the right play to make, well, the 30 minute hasn't closed yet, but it has broken enough, and these highs right here are the highs, so now you can actually move stops to break even. It'd be very unfortunate if this trade does now come all the way up here and hit out break even, but that's the right play to make. You're in nice profits. It's dumb to let them now go into a drawdown. Oh, that was a 70-point runner. Oh my lord. But yeah, that was a good trade, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough to take on a regular account because I didn't like how we had what 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 about 13 just bearish candles straight down. I wanted a pullback first, so we didn't take those sales, but I did take it on a demo account because I did like them. I just couldn't take the risk. But now they're set to break even. This 15 minute did open up. This 15 minute should not break these 15 minute highs. Well, it could kind of break these highs, but it really shouldn't break these highs if it wants to continue down. If it breaks these highs, then it's going to be bullish, and that's why we move stops to break even, so we don't have to risk no money. But it shouldn't break these highs, so we should stay in this trade. Once this thing flips here, this thing can continue down. But I don't trade off the 15 minute, but this is a 15 minute setup. I actually could add, oh no, that was 9:30. 9:30. I could, I am also working on adding to winners and continuation, so I won't get in a position here, but this 15 minute is bearish, so if it does flip, that's gonna be bearish. So you could put sell stops right here, get in on second positions on this 15 minute flip. We really should have had gotten on this on the last 15 minute because we was in here. We got the 15 minute close. That's a bearish closure. We should have been in on at 9:30, but 9:30 opened up with no top wick and it just came straight down. But then it gave us a top wick on this candle, so that we actually should have had sell stops on the flip of that once it come back down. If it didn't come back down, then it would have hit stops on the other trade. But if it does come back down, then it will put us in second positions. So that's what we should have done. But now on this 15 minute, it's the same thing. We got a top wick. If this thing flips, it should break down. And then our average trade will be in an average trade about what, 70 right here, which is at the moment at the 15 minute highs, so that is a good stop loss to have. So once this thing flips, we'll move these stops to the 15 minute highs, and we'll move these stops to the 15 minute highs, and then that will be basically a break-even trade still. Right now we're in a break-even trade, but we're in profits. But if this thing flips, then we'll be at a break-even trade. Well, we still be in profits, the same amount. Now the problem we're having with today's market is we're having a little bit of rotation. And rotation is when people are selling one stock to go buy another one. So in this moment, the market is selling a bunch of tech stocks. Well, some of them are selling down, but the ones I just checked are not. But that's why NQ is dropping so hard. Like NQ dropped all the way down here, but ES, which is NQ is a tech sector and ES is like a more general of the market, and they have also dropped. But as you see now, they're holding these lows. They held their lows and they're getting a bounce right now. So they're selling tech right now but buying NQ, and that's why we have a problem, because we don't know how far they're going to drop or whatever. And as you've seen, Microsoft and Apple, they're coming up right now, so NQ can also come up too, and that'd be good because we want to actually get in on buys, or we want this thing to actually pull back. I'm tired of this thing continuing to drop. I think my trade hit break even without me looking, but I think that trade just, I don't see it no more. Yeah, it must hit break even. Oh, it did hit break even. Yeah, that trade hit break even, so we ended up turning a nice W into a break even trade. So, but it was on a demo account anyway. We just testing out things. We're trying to add to positions, and that's the risk of adding to positions, because now we're in nice profits on this these sales up here. The stops was already moved to basically break even, and we was up 60 points at one point, and then we had sold again down here, but then this one is now in drawdown. 30, so then we hit break even, made profit on one, lost on the other one. But if this thing would have flipped and continued down, then that would have been double the profits from here upon on. So it's worth the risk. Today it didn't work out. I mean, it still can work out, because as long as this 15-minute doesn't break these highs up here, as long as this 15-minute doesn't break these highs, then at any given point, it doesn't even matter where it closes, the next 15-minute could come back down, the next one, as long as these highs don't get broken, it should still come down. We just didn't want to take that risk, because I had moved stops aggressively. I really should have held it on the 30-minute above these highs. As you see, this 30-minute is still very bearish, so that means the next 30-minute and 3 minutes here should drop. So I don't really want to take sales down here, but it's looking, we're buying at the lows still, but it's very bearish. Like, this is a very bearish closure, and when you get these kind of bearish closures, then as you see, the next candle drops. But it kind of sucks to buying these lows when this market has already dropped almost 2% today, and ES is not even clear 1%. So NQ down a whole 1% over ES. But in 2 minutes here, this hourly does close bearish. That's actually what I should have done. I should have actually waited. That's what I really should have done, because we took this trade on the hourly, so we actually should have waited for this hourly to finish, and then that's when we should have got in on our second position. Once the hourly got a top wick and then flipped, that's where we should have got in the second. So we got in a little prematurely. We got in on the 15-minute, which we don't actually even trade off the 15 minutes. I don't know why we did that mess. But I don't want to take sales, but if this thing does give us a top wick, then I will take sales. And rather than having my stops all the way at the highs, because the stops should be at these highs, and that's a 70-point stop, and that's way too ridiculous. So that's why we want this candle to give us a nice top wick, and then we'll just move our stops to wherever that is, and then it'll be more reasonable. Now I could just take a trade on ES if I think that NQ is about to drop. ES should start to converge back with NQ. NQ should bring ES down, and here they gave us a little bit of a pullback, so you can get in on better sales. You're at least not selling down here like NQ, like we're about to do on NQ. You can be selling up here, and then your stops will be above these highs or above current highs. But the problem with this one is the hourly's closing bullish, so it actually should go up here. I mean, it's in a bearish market, so this one bullish candle right here could be meaningless, and it could just drop. But that's a bullish candle. We actually could pop here, so I'm actually going to stay away from sales, because this is actually looking like it's going up, but this is looking like it's going down. So one of them is going to have to converge eventually. But yeah, see, it's a good trade. That would have been almost 100 points. But it dropped. The market just opened up. The hourly just opened up, and it's already dropped. So that's unfortunate. We'll be missing out on this trade. But it did drop with no top wick, so it could just be coming down here for this final death dive, just to reflip on the hourly and then finally start buying for the day. This could be his final dive down. depending on how this 5 minutes about to open, I would consider taking a stab at buys. But first, I'm gonna need this 5 minutes to actually break the lows, and then I get on buys. But right now it's pushing up first. I would have liked it to come down first because I expect this hourly to flip. And if this hourly flips, then I mean, from here we could retrace all of this, or we could just come up a little bit. But if we get in down here, then that would have been a good move. But first I'm gonna need this 5 minutes very bearish, so it should come down. That's why I want it to come down first, and then I can get in on buys on the flip. And then my stops will be underneath the lows of wherever this 5 minute candle goes. But right now it made a top wick first, so it kind of just ruined the whole trade. But you can still work with it. I'm liking this support. This is the first support we got to. Well, we already crushed. We crushed through the first one, but now we made it to the next one. This is a nice support right here. We got a nice bounce, crushed through it here, came back, resistance, crushed through it, came back, and then once it got back inside, so it's a valid zone. We could hold this here. So now we flipped, but now this 5 minute looks way too bearish. I didn't want it to have a top wick. It got one now, so it's even 1 minute. Yeah, I could just wait for the 5 minute to close bullish, because I'm definitely not gonna take no buys off this falling knife. This thing, we don't know how far this thing's gonna go, but I do feel like this hourly will at one point reflip because this doesn't have any top wick. But the SPY's catching up now. Well, not really percentage wise, but they are about to break their lower day. So if they keep falling here, then that would definitely make NQ keep falling. And then if we don't get in buys at that support, then we have another support down here. But unfortunately we missed out on the sales today. But that was the best trade, the easiest trade today. I just did not like it enough to take it on the live account. 40-point stop, up 150 now. That was a good trade. for the same reason I was thinking about catching buys for the relief bounce on the 5 minute. I'm gonna do it for the 15 minute now. 15 minute no top wick. I feel like this 30 minute is going to flip. Ours is going to flip. If this 15 minute can create a bottom wick, we got a nice 5 minute bullish closure here, but we can't really we gotta take that with a grain of salt because we got a 5 minute bullish closure here. We didn't really get much, and then we got an even bigger drop. But we can get a nice relief bounce like this. That'd be good. So we need this 5 minute first close bullish, and then we're gonna need the next 5 minute, the start of the 15 minute to close, to open up and come down first. If we want to break these lows, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's even better. And then we want it to flip and then buys off of that. That's what I'm looking at right now. We're getting step 1 done. The 5 minutes about to close bullish. Now we just need the next 5 minute to pull back first, and then we can try some 15 minute. But this 15 minute is closing bearish, so that means it should actually come down. So we're taking it against trend, so that's not great, but I feel like the market is just way too extended to the downside. We need some type of bounce. So first we need this 15 minute to drop, and then we can get on some 5 buys. It'd be at 30-point stop, so not too crazy. The big main tech is still dropping. All their 15 minutes are also bears. They're all flipping now. So it's not good to buy off the NQ, but they haven't started getting bought themselves, and they are what bringing the market down. Well, Microsoft's getting a nice push, but everybody else is not. So we had a tiny bottom wick. It was decent for a 5 minute, but I wanted it a little bit bigger to actually look good for the 15 minute. It is pushing up now, but this could just be a pullback for the overall bigger drop. So right now we still wait. ES came down, broke their daily lows, instantly reclaimed the high, instantly reclaimed it. Now they're back inside the zone. This thing should continue to push up, but at the same time, it could just be a pullback for a drop. Like if this 5 minute comes back, well actually it's only got 40 seconds left. So it actually might close up here and close bullish. But that's good. If we can get this thing to start pushing back higher, then NQ can start to push back higher. And we got a lot of range here if we want to get in some buys. So we might have missed a downside move, but there's potential upside. We just gotta wait for them to show their hand.
about to get evil.
Seven sucks. Yes, he has.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. You got a loadout drop inbound.
Requesting recon flyover.
It's not like that. Where?
Visual on X-ray.
You're a bad kid, get better. Who you say? Oh! Why would you both?
Hunt them down. Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Oh yeah, you better use a shotgun, you weirdo.
Attack map to hunt down the rest of them.
Requesting recon flyover.
Got gas moving in. Enemies dropping into the AO. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your attack map. Get hunting.
I mean,
Confirm, and we located the rest of them.
Moving.
For mine? My shit?
Loadout drop headed your way. Enemy soldier incoming. Good kill.
Shoot it
Marking the
down!
rest of that squad
Yeah,
on
they
your
bo-
attack map. Go get hunting.
Enemy activity here.
Ah, hell.
Taking effective fire.
My stuff should be right here.
Located the rest of them.
Hold on. That other team across. Did we get that dude right there? Oh my god. Kill him, kill him.
Marking the rest of them.
Got movement in this area.
Our Guardians lost power.
This is a nice 30-minute closure. Like, you could take sales off this, but for the same reason I didn't take sales up here, I felt like it was too extended. Didn't take sales. They're definitely too extended. Now, this one didn't even give us a top wig. This one at least give us a top wig. So, I mean, you could take sales here. Stops would have to be above the highs, wherever the high is created. But I'm not taking that because we are too overextended to the downside. I'm waiting for a pullback.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Movement here.
Redeployed. Well done. Enemy destroyed. Use your
X-ray
attack
down.
map to hunt down the rest of them.
X-ray. Movement here.
Confirmed. We located the rest of them. Gas is closing in. Enemies deployed a buy station. Good kill.
Spotted
Marking
that
the
one.
rest of that squad on your attack map. Get hunting. Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Activity here. Dropping ammo here. C4, get back. X-ray spotted.
Only 25 remain.
Got some cash here. Requesting recon flyover.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Marking the rest of them.
chase me? If this 15 minutes start dropping on this ES again, it's gonna be bad. They're gonna keep dropping, and then that means this 30 minutes is about to flip. This little sideways price action you got right here could be enough of a pullback, or at least consolidation for these folks to start to drop again. So I mean, you could take sales off this 30. It is at the lows. It is risky. That's why your stops got to be above the highs, and the market is moving so much today that even the stops above the highs are risky, because that's almost basically a 50-point stop, 30 points to the wick, 50 points to this bottom. So it's almost it's basically a 1-to-1. 1-to-1 at the lows isn't really a great trade, but it is there. Now, if the 15-minute close is bearish, or at least weak, and the next 15 minute opens up with a top wick and then flips, and that actually is the move down, then I would take sales, and my stops would be above wherever that 15 minute is. But first, we're gonna need this 15 minute and 5 minutes here, well, 6 minutes here to close bearish. But I mean, I prefer it actually to keep on going up, because I prefer it to keep on trickling up, so we can take sales somewhere up here.
Salutations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized. I'll see you on the
These 5-minute flips right here could be something nice. But that's only if they flip. We only have 1 minute left. Then the 15 minute gonna close. Very bullish. We might can get in.
track. Objective marked on
Actually,
your
as we
attack
speak,
map.
we might actually can get in on some buys. If this 15-minute actually can close a little bit more bullish, back above this zone. When you close above the zone, look, you get a nice push up above the zone, nice push up to the highs. When you close inside, you drop to the bottom. See, every time you get inside the zone, you feel it. So if we can close inside here, we might can get it on some long positions back to fill the range, or at least, well, to fill the range. And then we got this 30-minute highs right here, hourly highs. So that's a potential, but only way I'm gonna do that is if we get a nice bottom wick. Nothing like this. If we give us a tiny bottom wick like this one, we ain't getting in on it because we could still drop. Did this man just kill me out of the sky and not kill me for real? Man, he's an idiot. He just let me get away. Ah, he found me. Yeah, 15 minute open up here is already pushing straight up, which we don't like. We want this thing to push down before going up. This 15 minute, yeah, see, they're also setting up nicely bullish. Not nicely bullish, but they are setting up bullish. But I would also want a bottom wick for this 15 too. And we look to target the highs.
Style Mosquito is online.
ES looks better than NQ, but I would rather take a trade on NQ. You idiot. You idiot. Oh, snap. God.
You're getting another chance. Make it count. Get ready. You're redeploying. Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Tossing smoke grenade.
25 are left. Stay sharp out there.
Visual on your man.
signal by leading an enemy kills.
Enemies deploy the counter UAV.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Go get hunting. Enemy ordnance incoming.
Y'all lucky y'all jumped me.
We're outside the top squad. Let's push harder to break in. We've got 10 squads active in the field. We're one of 25 remaining.
The 5 minutes are breaking trend. Now, would it actually hold? Well, actually, it is about to hold because we're about to close here in 7 minutes. But the hourly is about to close. I mean, you can get in on early positions off the 5 minute breaking lows. We should get enough volume to push down. But I don't know. Today we might not have much trades. Everything's too volatile right now. Because you could take a 5 minute break of lows. But again, that's selling right at lower days. Not really nice.
They're dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Fire, confirmed. We located the rest of them.
I need mid-caliber rounds.
Enemy kill streak active here. Got gas moving in. Loadout drop headed your way. Enemies dropping into the AO. All squad members are in the safe zone. Target down. Remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Yeah, you got this. Requesting close air. Target marked.
This is Longbow 3-1. Target acquired. Strike inbound. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Throwing smoke.
Squad's in the safe zone.
Enemy here.
A deserter left your squad. We'll redeploy you faster to make up for it. Time for vengeance. You're redeploying. Your squad mate went AWOL. Resurgence timer reduced. Down to you, soldier. Stay sharp. Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted. Enemies dropping into the AO. Enemy soldier incoming. attack map. All right, we got you started. You finished the job.
Moving.
Down one squad mate. We'll get the next point faster.
Visual on X-ray.
Use this time for some target breaks. Enemies dropping into the AO.
On X-ray here. Frag out.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I'm taking fire.
All stations, green light. We are deploying to the war zone.
Either I can get in on these 5 right here. We broke the lows. We instantly got bought back up. Or you could wait for the 15 minute to close bullish. You can either wait 5 minutes for the 15 minute to close bullish, or you get in on the 5 minute flip like now. But your stops have to be below the lows. I'd rather just wait for the 15 minute to close bullish, then we get the pullback. So in 15 minutes, if we close bullish like this or anywhere higher, I'll be looking for some buys.
Enemy soldier incoming. Kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your attack map. Get hunting.
Mosquito deployed.
Gas is inbound.
Moving here. Fire. Find medical.
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
Remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Target down. Marking the
Hostile Mosquito is online.
That's why it was a good thing we waited for the 5-minute, 15-minute closure. Cause now the 15-minute closing bearish. So now we still got the 30-minute time frame, which is even better if the 30-minute actually flips up here and closes bullish. So 15-minute no go, 15 minutes bearish. We should still drop here, but I'm not playing for the downside. I don't know. This thing could run another 60 points, and we just want to miss out on that also. But this 15 minutes bearish, we should come down. Hopefully we come up and close bullish on the 30, and then I can take buys.
Your squad mates back on station. Good work. Enemy soldier incoming. Gas is moving. Heads up, an enemy squad marked you as a bounty target.
There's activity in this area. Making rounds. Now, where'd your friends run off to?
All squad members are in the safe zone.
You're a hard bastard, you'll make it.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
Taking effective fire! Come on, John, stay with it.
No longer tracking. You lost them. Fire sale active. Buy
Hostile
Enemy
recon
squad's on
flyover.
you. Stay sharp. Friendly UAV entering area.
X-ray.
Get ready. Resurgence window is about to close.
Taking effective fire.
You're getting another chance. Make it count. Get your squad to the safe zone. No one gets left behind. Fire sale's over. Adjust the prices. Be advised, Resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps.
Copy. Cancel my last. Copy that.
Bastards! They're shooting at me!
Gas is inbound. Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Friendly mortar strike on the way.
X-ray mark. Seeing movement here. Yeah, you got this.
Solid work evading the enemy. You're clear for now. Gas is moving. Be advised, you still have squad mates outside the safe zone.
Got some cash here. Found some armor here.
Hostile airstrike near your location.
Got gas moving in. Only 4 remain. redeployment to the war zone has been authorized. Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster. Be advised, we've received a high priority contract. Objectives marked on your TAC map. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Let's go
Mark
down.
that squad on your TAC map. Go get hunting.
Effective fire. On your feet, soldier.
Be advised, fog is lifting. Visibility is increasing. Gas is closing in. All squad members are in the safe zone.
Throw in Semtex.
Cancel that shit. Who Andrews here?
We got a loadout drop inbound.
I need mid-cal rounds. Enemy soldier incoming.
This is a 30-minute close it. We won it. We got buy stops at the flip. Right now our stops are below the lows. but we will be moving it to above the high, I mean above the low, current lows
That squad on your tax map.
once this thing can flip. But it's looking bullish now. It's still a bearish trend, but we might get some buys soon. I mean, well, we might get buys if this thing flips, and then hopefully it does not re-break the lows it creates. But anyway, we got buy stop loss will be at the lows regardless until it gives us a nice push. So we're in there with buys. Hopefully we got the buyers stepping in the market. Unfortunately, at the moment, the market came up, flipped us in, and it was not done making its lows just yet. So we are now sitting in drawdown. But until these lows are broken, then this thing should flip and we can start pushing higher. Hopefully it pushes nicely and this hourly can close bullish, nicely bullish, and then we can hold it for the next hourly for 12 o'clock. But that's gonna take a lot of work. First we gotta get this 5 minute to flip. First we actually gotta get these lows to hold.
soldier incoming.
Scanning. Scanning. Identity confirmed. Hostile Guardian is active.
Your squad mates redeploying. Well done. You got a loadout drop inbound.
Enemies deploy the counter UAV.
Enemy buy station incoming.
I'm good.
There's a custom weapon.
Gas is moving.
Our counter UAV is active.
Get your squad to the safe zone. No one gets left behind.
Hostile counter UAV overhead. Enemies deployed.
We are returning you to the front. Earn this. Your squad mates back on station. Good work. Friendly loadout drops on the way. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
25 remain. Solid work so
Got
far.
movement in this area. Visual on X-ray.
Enemy destroyed. Use your TAC map to hunt down the rest of them. Inbound. Put the rest of that squad on your TAC map. Go get hunting.
Drop them.
Remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Well, unfortunately, that trade resulted in a loss. Today's just a very bearish day. It was the first bullish entry, so it makes sense a little bit. That was just a pullback at the moment. It seems we had missed out on the golden entries up here. If we would have caught them, we could have been in sell, just holding that one trade all day. I'm gonna call it a screen there. We missed out on this move. We now took one loss. I'm just gonna call it after one trade.
Head to the safe zone.